Hello, dear students, and welcome to week 5 of our online class. It's always funny. I get a little sad when a great class comes to an end, and even though we haven't met in person, I feel like there's still some amazing interaction between us going on the discussion board, and it's been a real pleasure to find out a little bit about you, learn about your goals, your aspirations, your backgrounds. I'm always quite inspired by my students and the things that they have accomplished, and hopefully you have enjoyed these last 5 weeks as much as I've enjoyed teaching the class. Now, just a quick few words about the final exam, which is now available for you. You have a whole week to translate pretty much a few hundred words, which of course is not typical at all of our industry, but this is an introductory class. And I think it's only fair that you don't get graded much on something most of you don't yet know how to do. It's an introductory class. So I grade mainly on your ability to listen to lectures, use your critical thinking skills to answer some questions, things like that. I think that's more fair. If I were teaching a beginning tennis class, I wouldn't base your grade on your ability to play a set after 5 weeks because you don't know how to play tennis yet. So I think the way I've designed this is the most fair for everybody. And I've mentioned this before, my goal here is to encourage you, not to discourage you, but also I think it's part of my job to give you a realistic evaluation of your skills, where you're at this moment in time, not later, not in the past, now. And maybe what you turn in isn't your best work, and that's okay. Remember that this is just a class. There is very, very little risk. Anything you do is just between us, and I have absolutely no ulterior motive to give you a bad grade. I want to give you a good grade, but I also want you to know exactly where you're at. I want to give you something that's relatively rare in our industry, in our profession, and that's unbiased feedback without an ulterior motive. I believe I've mentioned this before, but oftentimes you'll work with editors in your daily professional work, and sometimes they'll feel like they have to justify what they're getting paid by making as many corrections to your work as possible, even if they're not necessary, even if it's just a matter of stylistic issues, for example. So I've also noticed that in my own career that unbiased feedback is hard to get unless you're in a class or you're paying somebody for it. So I take that responsibility quite seriously. I want to give you this feedback, which is a gift from me to you to help you grow and to learn. Of course, it would be much easier for me to just tell everybody, this is great, no changes, but that's not my job, and it also doesn't help you grow. And part of the reason you're taking this class is to help you grow and to become either a translator or a better translator. And of course, I'm well aware that we have a wide variety of skills in this class, which is very typical of all the classes I teach at UC San Diego. So some of you might find the final exam very easy. Some of you might not, but either way, don't worry about it. There's very detailed instructions of what's expected of you. You only have to do one translation, either into English or into Spanish, whatever your A language is. And you really are the only one who can decide which one your stronger language is. So I look forward to seeing your work. I'll take quite a bit of time to provide detailed feedback for each and every one of you. So I'll take a little bit of time to get that done. I don't like to rush through it, and hopefully you'll enjoy the process. Now, at the end of the week, you'll get a survey from the university asking you for some feedback about the class. It's completely optional. It's also anonymous, but I really would love it if you took the time to tell the university what you think about the class. I don't see the results with names attached, so it's anonymous. I do see them in aggregate, and it usually makes me very happy to see the feedback. But if there's anything you think could be improved, definitely include that as well. So again, hopefully you've enjoyed the class. Thank you so much for sharing what you've shared with me. And I definitely hope to meet some of you in the future, maybe at a translation or interpreting conference. In the meantime, thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.